wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how was your journey as a female MC in England? Because was it
Well,
the same like a taboo where, you know, girls, because there's so many mandems,
yes.
there's so many guys
Yes.
in the scene.
Yeah.
And I don't like, when I was researching, right, when I
Yeah.
seen Caxton Press, that's
Yes.
where I like came across you.
Yeah.
And I seen, wow, there's this female MC. Because at that time we didn't have female MCs in India. I mean, we did, but not as many, like maybe
Yeah.
2 or 3, you know, and not
Yeah.
as much powerful as.
It's a little bit sexist, isn't it, the world? But yeah,
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
And like at that time, like to see you, like, you know, whatever videos I came across
Yeah, Caxton
from
Press,
Caxton Press,
The
and
Press, Hunger.
the press, and
yeah,
you know, with
yeah,
Global as well,
Global
like the
Faction.
video, Global Faction.
Did all our videos, yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, as a female artist, I was already prepped being around guys from younger. So
Okay.
say you have violence at home, so then I would go to the street and then I would chill with guys. I'm active already, but I felt protected being around these people. But at the same time, I picked up some of their like masculine traits, you know, because you're subject of your environment. Humans
Correct.
are tribal creatures, you know.
You vibe with your tribe.
And it protected me. So if I'm getting attacked by a racist, and then it's almost a way of like, you have to, how I felt, naturally, I didn't do it on purpose. You kind of mimic them to protect yourself, you know? Yeah, but coming into the hip hop scene as a woman, it wasn't fearful for me, yeah? Even so, I'd be like seen as like one of the guys, even though I'm not a guy, but they were like my brothers.
Yeah.
And also, whether you're a man or woman, if you have this energy inside you, then it's acceptance already.
Yeah.
So Caxton Press, I was already doing things in my town. So from being at my parents' house and my parents divorced, and then I was kind of like running about and staying at different friends' houses, and then I stayed in a hostel. And then I got my own place in England. I was very privileged to do that. Normally you have to like be pregnant but they saw the history. You know, me and my mum, we stayed in like beating up wives' homes and stuff like that. So they saw me as a vulnerable girl that needed somewhere to live.
Okay.
So yeah, I was already rapping in Crawley, and my home was like the spot where everyone would come, but it was peaceful. It was like, let's cypher, like let's
Okay.
record. Like I don't care if these people don't get on in like certain, I don't know, in India you might say gangs or whatever, but
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you come
crew.
to my home, when you come to my home, it's fucking peace, yeah? And we're here to share our gifts of rapping, of producing, of beatboxing. So I was already setting that up for myself because hip hop raised me.
Wow.
In my room before I left home, Tupac posters everywhere. Because of his voice, I could hear the pain, I could hear the motivation, I could hear the warrior spirit. Resonated with me.
Resilience.
Yeah. Even if I didn't
Strong.
understand from a young age what exactly he meant, you know, I didn't understand much about Black Panthers then. I didn't understand certain things. I just knew that he
The
was
energy.
a warrior and
Yeah.
he respected women highly.
Yeah.
Which is important to me, like keep your head up and things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Brenda's Got a Baby, and like singing
Yeah.
through a woman's perspective, being such a hard rapper, you know, like being such a hard guy, like
Yeah.
being like, oh, I'm the hardest.
Yeah.
But still showing his soft side. I think
Yeah.
at that time I knew what was a man. A real man is like who's not shy away on showing his soft side.
No, not at all. And
Yeah.
I didn't think, he's hard. As a young child, I could understand that he is living in an environment that is in America, that is racist, and it's forcing him to have to be in survival mode.
Correct.
Like what I was saying before, if you have PTSD or if you're constantly under attack, you know, your fight or flight is going to come in.
Yeah.
So from Crawley doing music, and then from going to London and being part of People's Army first, it was a rapper called English Frank. He was called Frantic Frank at the
Okay.
time. He took me to People's Army studio, where I met Logic, where I met NA, where I met Nate, who's a very big conscious artist in the UK, underground. Another great female artist called Nole. She's absolutely amazing. Check her out. And I used to go by my government name, but people didn't know how to pronounce my surname. It was Ugandan. So I was like, what shall I use as my artist name? And I said, I don't want to be Lady this or Miss that. It's so overused,
Yeah.
Not because I'm not a female, but because it was just boring to me.
Yeah.
She goes, why don't you just be Amy True? So in People's Army, that's where I got my name.
Amazing.
And then I went on a trip with a guy called DJ Snuff, who is an excellent organizer of grassroots hip hop, Speaker's Corner, just there's too much to say for Snuff, but he has done a lot of work
Yeah.
for underground
Foundation.
hip hop. Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing DJ. He works with Congo Natty as well.
Amazing.
Just a lot of people that he's worked with. He took us all on a trip to Germany, where I went with a few artists. When I came back from that trip, then I was invited to join Caxton Press. 2012, we dropped an album called The Press.
Yeah, it was fucking amazing at that time.
Boom bap,
Yeah,
political.
amazing.
Yeah, amazing. We won like some awards.
Yeah.
We were put in the British Library because of our political content.
Yeah.
I was there for a while, and then the politics of being in a group, la 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 la, things where la la la, whatever. We won't get into that.
Yeah.
But I have love and respect for all of the brothers there. And then I went off and I did my album. I did a EP called Question Authority. I kind of went back to my People's Army.
Roots.
Yes. Yeah, I felt a little bit more understood there. Yeah. And then I met a lot of musicians, and I did a great album called 11, because the number 11 was just coming into my life at very
and again.
important stages. If people are spiritual that way and it connects with them, it was very important to me. So I worked with some musicians on the album, Shabaka Hutchins, which is an excellent composer, jazz musician, sax player. A guy called Joe Armand Jones, which I believe quite a few people know here in India. He's in a band called Ezra Collective.
Yeah, the guy Nathan knew, right? From yesterday.
Yeah. Nubia Garcia, she's a great saxophonist. I'm sorry if I've said that wrong.
No, it's okay. Garcia.
Yeah. And who else? Logic's on the album, of course,
Sick, yeah.
obviously. And it was me I always sang, but I was shy. So I was trying to find my own way. I was
It's
a
a
little
sick
bit,
album.
I was a little bit upset after Caxton Press, the way that it broke
Yeah.
up. So I kind of was like, yeah, fuck you lot, then I'm going
I
to
can do a solo
this.
album. No, but you did an amazing job.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the fact that you've been independent all this while, and you stand through your ground.
Always.
You don't want to be like selling your art and for your majors and everything, and
Yeah.
it's commendable. Like to be doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
It's commendable.
Yeah,
And
everything I did, I used from my own money. Like,
Yeah.
I don't do it now, but I would, like, grow weed to, like,
Yeah.
fund my album, to, like, go to the Philippines, to go to Uganda and do things like this. Obviously, I
Yeah.
don't do that anymore, but it's like, what are you going to do for money to... music's expensive.
It is expensive.
Having your own studio,
recording, mixing, shooting,
videos,
fucking
traveling.
too much.
Is to travel. My goal and my vision is to travel to different places in the world to meet other people like yourself that does what People's Army do, but in another continent, in another country, and meet the people on the ground level. It's
Yeah.
not about Coca-Cola. It's not about all these things. And no disrespect to people that work with big sponsors, because now I understand you need it to raise
Correct.
yourself up. I was very anti-system.
Yeah.
Like, I'd do open mic nights in Brixton, and Island Records would come and say, they sent this like older lady, like kind of like a witch, to kind of read my energy, if you're going to be real about it, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, we've been watching you for a while, and
They want you.
yeah, and I was like, well, I don't want to work with you. You lot are demons and
Oh,
that. And
shit.
she's like, not all of us. And I was just so anti. I didn't understand how to play the game or whatever. If you want to talk about it like that, I was just like, no, I just want to do what I want to do. I don't want to sing the same song that you tell me to sing for the next 10 years or something. It's a bit of a trap. It's different now.
It's different, yeah.
It's very different now.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah, it's been, and because of this, you've got to work with legends like Immortal Technique and Ari the Rugged Man. You've opened
Yeah.
I can only fucking imagine these guys.
It's been a beautiful journey. I can safely say that I've never begged anyone or gone to look for someone, oh, please can I work with you? That makes me want to throw up my spirit. Like, I can't do that. Everything's happened organically. Snuff as well had a big help in that. He would
Yeah.
say good things about me and point me in certain directions, or point people in my direction. Even with Akala, I kind of spent time in my younger days playing football with him in my younger days, and he invited me to come
a
on.
wise brother.
Yeah, he's an absolute genius.
Genius, yeah. Double doctorate in Black History.
Yes.
It's the most gangster thing ever,
Yeah. Amazing. He invited me to be on his album Knowledge is Power 2. So, of course, I did that. It was an honor. I work with Asian Dub Foundation.
Yeah.
I was asked by the late Benjamin Zephaniah, who passed away recently, to do vocals for his album. He's an absolute legend, activist. Yeah, people need to research Benjamin Zephaniah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, and then supporting Slum Village, Chuck D, when he saw me performing at Coco's with
Fucking hell,
Caxton
Chuck D.
Press. Yeah.
Chuck D is a big man.
He, like, we're performing with a live band and I'm just being like myself and he's at the side like, whoa.
Yeah.
I come off and he's like, Amy, true. Like, and ever since then, he's just supported me and he's got nothing but love for me. And it can be overwhelming, but also I've learned to accept
Accept
Amy.
love, yeah.
Accept my love, like deal with some of the trauma that we
I think,
carry.
sorry to cut you off,
No,
but I think like sometimes when you come from so much pain, sometimes when you receive so much love, you kind of feel like this is fake. And
Yeah.
probably he's faking it. What do you want from me? You know?
I didn't feel it was fake.
Yeah.
I never felt that energy at all. It was, I had to learn to love myself.
Correct.
Even now talking to you, I'm talking a lot because I'm nervous. Like,
Nah,
I'm shy.
come on.
No,
No,
I
you're
am.
just shy.
It doesn't mean that I'm losing power because I'm showing vulnerability. It's taken me a while to get to where I am now, but I'm very happy where I am now. I've done a lot of healing. I even went to therapy. Like, I didn't want to go to therapy. Like, why the fuck do I want to go to therapy and someone's going to say, oh, you're ill, take these pills? Like, no, I don't need medication. I need somebody that understands the black community. I need somebody that understands the Irish community, that understands trauma, past lives, spirituality, all of that. So when I found that therapist, it was beautiful.
Yeah,
I
it's
learned how to
amazing.
cry. I never cried, like, so amazing. And now where I am in my life, people will look for stuff and there's not much of Amy True. I have lots of work that I've done, but I just wasn't releasing it. And that's because I wasn't in my feminine energy, So I'm just being more in that these days and self-acceptance.
Yeah.
Yeah.